This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now, where we bring you the 3 E's: educate, empower, and engage. I'm your host, Harvey Blankfeld, and we've been selling homes here in Southern Nevada since 1988. For this month, I want to let you guys know that as we look at our basic chart and we look at the activity that's going on, currently available, we have, and this is just single-family homes, guys. I like to keep it focused on that. But we have 5,440 single-family homes available, 5,704 that are currently in escrow, either pending or contingent. And in the last 30 days, we've sold 3,297 single-family homes, which creates an absorption rate of 1.65. The absorption rate, once again, is how long it should take to sell a home based on the amount of homes that are selling per month and the available inventory.
So a month and a half.
Right, basically, right, a month and a half to sell everything we've got right now. Take about a month and a half. But last month, you saw we had about the same, very, very similar numbers. Not much has changed in a month. We saw the absorption rate come down just a little bit. So we have just a little less inventory, and we sold a few more homes. This is typical. This is almost a seasonal thing, what you see. But look at it versus last year. Last year, we had over 7,700 homes available, and we only sold 2,800 in that same time frame for an absorption rate of 2.76, almost a full month more to sell homes last year than versus this year.
Right. Our market has sped up dramatically according to those numbers.
It really has. Now, some of the other charts I wanted to share with you, when we were talking about short sales a little while ago, this first one talks about how homes are closing either traditional sales, traditional equity sales, REO, which is foreclosures, bank-owned homes, and short sales, which those two combined make up what we call distressed sales, REO and short sales. REO is only 4% of our market. Short sales only 3% of our market. Just a few months ago, we were talking about these combined to equal 10. Now they're only equaling 7% of our market. Guys, I want to comment on this because I think that short sales, and I was talking with Forrest Barbie about this the other day, I think that the banks might be getting to a point. You've heard me hint at this before. They may get to a point where they stop doing them. There's really, they don't want to devote resources to that. If only 3% of the market is short sales, the reason they devoted so many resources to them before is because we had so many. And if you wanted to buy a home, you almost had to consider short sale. Now, you can avoid them entirely if you want to. And so the resources devoted to that might decide to dry up, and the banks might say, you know what, let's just foreclose on those. The next chart is closed units by price point. And I've got two charts here on this. One is closed units by price point, and you can see about 58% of our closed units were under $250,000 by this pie chart. And then 34% of them were between $250,000 and $450,000. Now, when we looked at the next chart, now we talk about closed volume by price point versus the units. The volume of the $250,000 homes was only 38%, where it was 58% of the units. What does that mean? Well, what that means is that we sold 58% of the homes we sold were under $250,000, but they only made up 38% of the market mix because the more expensive homes sold for more money in terms of dollars. It kind of makes sense. You can think about that.
Sure.
I wanted to bring this point to you guys, especially because you've heard me say this before. When we talk about median price, it doesn't mean everyone's home went up that much. It just means the product mix maybe changed a little bit. So think about that. These two charts demonstrate that. They demonstrate that very clearly. So you got closed volume by price point, and then the closed volume by closed units by price point. Forgive me. And then finally, my last chart again is the stack chart. This is the one that I present to you guys every month. And the stack chart shows how many closings we had of single-family homes. And you can see that on 2017, we're just slightly ahead of last year. But ahead. And if you take a look at the last 3 years, we've been creeping up every year. You can look at the stacks for the last 3 years they're getting, and this year is going to continue that trend of slightly higher volume. There's your monthly market update for June 2017. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it.
You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now with host Harvey Blankfeld. Please tune in every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on News Talk 720 KDWN.